The next item I would like to talk about is web pages and websites. And in this session, we're going to learn how to use ChatGPT or LLMs to help us create a website. Now, this is a little more sophisticated than some of the previous items that we worked on. So I want to take a moment to kind of talk through our strategy in doing so. First, I want you to understand the different components of a website. There's web hosting, which is where your files, whether they're music, video, images, Word forms or Word files, or data, text in general, all that has to be filed somewhere. It's on a hard drive on some computer somewhere in the world. And that's what you generally pay for hosting. With hosting, oftentimes it comes with tools that allow you to make modification to your website. A popular hosting platform would be Wix. And Wix has a set of tools that allow you to manage, create, and make your website. Whereas there's other hosting platforms that just provide you with just the ability to host your data. So for instance, there's a host called Urvixi is a host that I used in the past. And what they typically do is they give you an FTP username and password, and then that allows you to upload your files from your local hard drive to their website storage location. And then that location is then pointed to a specific IP address. Now, that IP address initially is going to be set to that web host information. But then the second part of a website is the domain name. The domain name is the suffix after the www. So for instance, I'll use our website, for example, skillbuildersinstitute.com, www.skillbuildersinstitute.com. So in that case, skillbuildersinstitute.com would be my domain name. And that's what allows me to associate this name with these files that are located somewhere on the web. With domain name registration, though, this is where you associate the name with an IP address. So in my example that I use, Skill Builders Institute, that's something that I pay for and something that I control. So it's generally between $5 to $20 a year, depending on the domain name. And you can point it to any IP address that you need to for your hosting. So, well, let me quantify that or qualify that. Any IP address that is used for the web hosting service that can be used. So, if I wanted to go with Wix, or if I wanted to go with Arvixi, or if I wanted to go with who knows who, I can go with whoever I want, and since I have control of that domain name, I can point it to any place that I want. So that is a little bit about domain name, a little bit about hosting. Now, if you notice that we didn't say anything about AI in any of those instances, that's because AI doesn't have a point until now. Now we want to start thinking about our brand, right? So there's a few things that I suggest that you do to start thinking about those things. First, what is your mission? What is the mission of your organization, of your business? State that. Write that down. What is the vision of your organization, of your business? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, 10 years, 20 years? That vision statement is going to help solidify where that is. And then lastly, I would like you to come up with 3 to 4 different values that your organization or your business stands by. Maybe it's honesty. Maybe it's integrity. Maybe it's excellence. Maybe it's resilience. Whatever those are, write those down, because that's what we're going to be using to feed into the LLM. Now that we've added the company, the mission, the vision, the values, we want to go to a website, Lovable, Lovable.dev, and this is a code automation tool, AI automation tool that allows you to develop websites and different tools. We're going to use this to further develop our website. So I'm going to just submit the information that we have here, and I'm going to add a sentence, put together a brand package that would help to create a website for the company, identify fonts to use, color scheme, voice, messaging, and call to action prompts to use for the website. So I submit and I let it rip, and let's see what it develops. Now, this is what has been developed. So we'll just start back at the top. So it's basically telling us, hey, I understand what you want. We're going to try to do this. We're going to use this color. We're going to have accents in green. We're going to use these headings and these fonts. We're going to use these book now as call to actions, these lead generation focuses. Phone number is going to be prominently displayed. And it's telling us all the different things that it basically felt from the information we gave it. And remember, we gave it the values, the mission, and the vision. We didn't give it anything else. Now, it's come up with a whole website that was able to develop. So we're going to look through the website. There was a problem. It found some problems and was able to correct the problem. Now, here's what the website looks like. Again, we didn't add any content. All we've given it was a mission, a vision, values, and the business name. So we can look at the services, and it shows all the different services. We can book those services. We book now. We can enter the information, the the vehicle information. The bike information, contact information. It's pretty comprehensive. And again, the pricing page isn't there, so we may have to come back and develop that. Prices, the contact page. Let's see. There's a contact page there that allows them to contact us for information. And it put all this stuff out there from just that information. So hopefully you see that this is one tool that allows you to be able to build a website. Now, what do you do with this may be the question.